All right, guys, I love my 2023 Jeep Gladiator, but one thing it doesn't have is remote start. So unfortunately, this one just didn't come optioned with cold weather package, with the heated seats, with the remote start, all that good stuff that I would have loved to have had. Now, while I can't easily add back heated seats, I can pretty easily add remote start. So I went on Amazon, I picked this up. This one happens to be from StartX. There's a couple other companies that I saw on Amazon too, and they're all about the same price. So I think this was 120 bucks at the time that I bought it. But I think over the summer I saw these on sale as low as $99.99. So about $100-ish to get remote start added. I was surprised how small of a little box it is. It's just a few wires. There's nothing to actually wire in. It's just completely plug and play. They give you a little connector harness. We're going to hook that all up. We've got to install some software on our computer to transfer to the module. I'll kind of walk you through step by step, but it looks very, very simple. So let's get to it. All right, when you get this thing, there is not a whole lot to it. So I've already kind of been in here. So I pulled out, this is our actual little module. This is the piece that we're going to put into the computer to download some software to it. And then they do give you some of the best instructions I've ever seen for anything. All color, step by step. It's pretty freaking awesome. So you almost can't screw it up. They even give you the little piece you need to be able to remove the dash piece. There's no tools. For 2018 to 2023, the interior, just this little piece, you'll see where it's going to pop it off. And then I guess on 2024s, for you guys with that new screen, it's a bit different. So 2024, I think the process is the same, how it connects all the same, but you're going to have some more things to do with as far as getting your dash off and getting access to all this. And then here's our little harness, right? So this is it. We're going to connect this harness up. We're going to do some stuff to get this all, programmed correctly for our Jeep, all that stuff, and that's it. It should be hopefully a 30-minute install. All right, so first things first, we've got to get off this whole piece right here. So apparently there's no fasteners holding it on. It's all just held in with clips. So they give us this guy, and we just start kind of prying and pulling. Let's see if we don't break anything. Hopefully. Oh. Okay, look at that. So then I think we disconnect it just to get it out of the way for now. Oh, it's just got two clips. Oh, that's pretty easy. Cool. And then the optional thing, it also said in the instructions you can remove this bottom piece. So it looks like there's a screw here. That might be all it is. I might just take that off. So basically you don't have to remove this, but they said when we go to fish the wire through, it's going to make it a little bit easier. So let's just see about that. But next step here is you just take off this door. And so there's a little clip back here where you just push it forward or backwards, I guess. Yep, just get it to clear, and then that comes right off. So it's literally just this piece right here. You just kind of push it back and slides right out. Like, took 2 seconds. Crazy. So then I guess we grab our little T-harness. And so again, this little harness makes it where we don't have to do any kind of wiring, nothing. We just click it all together. And they even give us some zip ties to kind of hold everything in place. Wow, a lot of zip ties. Cool. So another cool thing with this kit is it gives you an RF adapter already on the harness here. So in the future, or there's also a kit that comes with it, but you can get a different key fob that has, like, I don't know, 1,500 feet range extension. So you could remote start it, 1,500 feet away instead of whatever it is, 150 feet probably, something. So that's one option. So that's kind of cool. It's already there. Otherwise, I think basically all we got to do is we're going to connect this little CAN bus connector into down here. So down here in the glove box, there's these two different little CAN bus guys or whatever. So we're going to use the green one, and apparently you can just stick the connector in any open slot. Doesn't matter. I think I'm going to put mine right here just so it's in line with all the other ones, but that's it. Put it here, and then we're just going to route this whole harness. We got to try to get it kind of back behind there and they show it kind of coming up through here and then down this hole here, and then they want it to be behind this thing. So we'll probably just route it up right there. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I guess it would make it easier to take this off. So I'm going to give it a shot, try to get it routed real quick, and then we'll see if I don't get frustrated and I pull this off. All right, so to be able to fish this through, it took me like 10 seconds. So right here, I was able to just get my hand right up in here and literally, like, look, you can see my finger, right? So I'm reaching all the way through there, and then you can easily just hand yourself the wire and pull it through. So that part's done. Now we just got to feed it across and then kind of stick it up behind there. And so basically what's going to happen is, instead of this piece, this connector connecting to the push button start, it's going to connect now to this part of the harness here. And then this will be the new connector that'll connect back in. So that's all it is. That's it. Just a couple connections. So those two, and then, like I said, this white, one of these is the CAN bus connection. We'll have to figure that out, but you just connect that into here, which I think is this guy. We'll get that connected, and then it's just some programming. All right, for this side, super easy also. I was able to, I just took my the new connector from the T-harness and connected it to the old one, and then just kind of used that to help me loop it through here. So I just used that and kind of pulled it, popped it right through. So this is what's going to now connect back onto our switch. So you can kind of like stuff that all in there and then just leave this part out. So when we go to put the panel back on, this guy, it'll just connect right in there and connect right here. And then this wire should be able to just live right here, right behind it, and be out of the way. So super easy. Yeah, I don't see a point in taking this off, honestly. Like that took me literally like a minute or two to do both sides. It was super fast. So very easy. So now we just got to make some connections down here. All right, so the instructions do show us that it is this weird white looking connector. This is the CAN bus one. So I'm just gonna pop it into any open spot, it says. So just putting mine right there. All right, yeah, and there was a little faint click, so it is in there. Cool. And then these are just going to be the connections for hooking up the little module, this guy here. So I think that's the next step, is we start hooking this thing up. All right, so we got the instructions right here. Now what it wants us to do is just, there's a little black button right here, and it wants us to hold the button down and then connect the black connector. So I'm guessing it goes right there. Yep. Then it says, oh, yep, then when it starts going red, you release the button. So this resets it, I guess. So, okay, reset's complete. Now we connect the blue and the white connectors to the module, and followed by the programming below. Okay. Okay, white guy's connected. Blue guy also connected. All right, so now we got to close the driver's door, then reopen the driver's door, then press the unlock on the remote multiple times until we start getting some LED flashes. And then if it doesn't work, then we've got to repeat the step a few more times. So let's see if it works. All right, so before actually we go any farther and try to make sure this is all working, let's go ahead and connect this back too, because I'm guessing you need to, right? Otherwise, may not function properly. So I don't think I'm going to connect it on just yet, but we're just going to go ahead and connect this back here and this wire back here and just kind of let it sit here for a minute. All right, now we got this guy all connected. So let's go ahead. Now the instructions say close driver's door, open driver's door, and then hit the unlock button several times until you see a green light flash. I don't see a green light flashing. It says it just will flash one time. Okay, so I think now we've got to go through and update the firmware. So yeah, it says if this happens, then you have to go to remotestartx.com/FW for firmware. So I'm gonna have to pull this module out and go do that real quick. All right, so I'm trying to flash the firmware. So I'm on this web link updater.com. So I've got the file here now, and I just got to put this on the computer. All right, so I got my drivers all done here, and I just take your little cable, connect it to your module, the black one, and then it's just USB. And hopefully it detects it, and it works. So this should flash the firmware. All right, so once you're here, you can see this is a 2020 Wrangler. We have a 23 Gladiator, so I guess that's what we're gonna figure or configure. So configure new module, and then they'll have to go through and select, the Jeep Gladiator. So then you're on to selecting your options. So of course we're gonna use this as OEM remote only. All right, finally we made it to the firmware. So now we can, look at this, they got all kinds of accessories. But anyway, so now we've got the right firmware that should be getting on here, and then we can go back to the Jeep and start doing this all over again. All right, so now we can see we've got the right 2023 Gladiator. So now we can flash your device. All right, now it's telling us we've just got to go ahead and remove the module, put it back in the Jeep, do the door open, door close thing, verify we have a green light, and then we disconnect it again to come back and do the final programming or whatever it needs to work. All right, so I got this thing connected again. Open door, close door. Oh man, look at that. It worked. Got a green flash. All right, next step is it wants us to turn the ignition on, pressing the start and stop button 2 times, and then we're going to wait 5 seconds, and then we should see the LED again flash green on here. And it says if we don't, we have to repeat this, could be up to 10 times before it flashes green. So fingers crossed it works. I think at this point though, I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to pop this thing back in place because we should be solid. Plus, I mean, it took 2 seconds to pop off, so it's not a big deal, but we'll get that back on real quick. All right, so hit it 2 times. Now we wait 5 seconds. Oh, there we go, it's green. Heck yeah. All right, now we can go to step 5. Now we turn the ignition off. And then now we just disconnect the module and take it back in the house. And then this is where we go back on and just finish the install. All right, plugged back in. Now we can continue our extended programming. Let's see what happens. All right, loading up. All right, that should be it. It says flash completed. So we should be good to go. Disconnect it, put it back in the Jeep. All right, so now we're gonna press the stop start button 2 times, and then we should see this thing. It says turn solid green for 2 seconds. So hopefully it works. Let's see. Oh, baby. And it worked. So I think at this point it says, yeah, now we can turn it off. And that's it. We should be remote programmed and ready to rock. All right, successful start. So then I saw something where once you do go to get in, you do have to, put your foot on the brake. I think otherwise within 45 seconds, it'll, let's just try it. Otherwise, I think it said it just shuts off. So I think you just foot on the brake. Yep, it allows us to drive. Cool. All right, so that's wrapped up. So now I'm just gonna come over here and zip tie all this stuff out of the way, and then we can put it all back. All right, so they gave you a bunch of zip ties, but I did zip tie the harness, and then I just took the whole harness here and just kind of shoved it right up in here. So it's just kind of resting in there. It's out of the way. I think that's going to be just fine. Yeah, it's kind of like right up here in this spot. So I think it'll be cool. Now there's some like tubes right here. They do get hot for the heat and stuff. They have coolant. So just make sure it's away from that. And this seems to be. So I think we're cool. Yeah, you can kind of hear it. So, I mean, hopefully it doesn't vibrate, but I think it'll be fine. I can't believe that's all that is. It's so easy. All right, guys. Well, there we have it. So a pretty simple install. But yeah, pretty cool for 100-ish bucks. This is totally going to be worth it, especially here in Michigan. It's getting cold. It's almost winter time. So the mornings are, are already in the 30s. So to be able to start this thing up and have it run, have the heat run, it's going to be freaking awesome. And I'm kind of sad I waited 6 months, right? I should have did this over the summer so I could have went into a cold car with AC on. But anyway, it's fine. So 100 bucks, I would say this should take you no more than 20 or 30 minutes. I mean, five to 10 minutes of that's just, putting all the software on your computer and doing all that stuff. The install is just it's a breeze. I mean, it took me longer to set up the camera and record it for you guys than to actually do it. So hopefully this helps you guys out. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out a bunch of the other Jeep videos. We've got a ton of them, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.